Welcome back to the Herzog Hoots podcast, episode 4. If you're new and haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
Noah, who am I? Noah, who am I?
You're Klay Thompson.
I'm Klay Thompson after the Houston Rockets made fun of me. Hold these fours, bitch. All right,
And if you are listening on Spotify, I don't know what that rating system is. Like thumbs up, whatever that is. And if you're listening on Apple, feel free to leave a 5-star rating down below.
Oh my God, Noah. Okay, hold on. I'm very sorry to cut you off, but this just hit my mind. I have a very serious question for you.
Yeah.
Are you Spotify or Apple Music kind of guy?
I have Apple Music because my family has it.
Yes. Okay. I told that to my coworker, and I was told it was I told my coworker that I use Apple Music, and I was told it was a red flag. So, guess it's not.
Well, I don't know if I'm the best barometer for what's a red flag or not, but
I don't know, man.
but today's episode's gonna be a bit different. We're not gonna usually do a bunch of topics. We're just gonna go over the Week 1 NFL games. This is either coming out tonight. Will be coming out tonight on Apple and Spotify because it's easier for me to get it over there. And then YouTube will probably be up tomorrow during Week 2. So
if you're watching your team get ass blasted, turn this on instead.
yeah.
Oh my God, my bed is a mess. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
didn't make it.
But we are going to go over the games, and we are going to start with the Monday Night Football game, which will be...
Eagles? Wait, hold on.
Yeah. Eagles-Vikings.
Hold on. You keep going. I'm going to grab something quick. I got something for this one.
Mm-hmm. But... yeah, this was a game. I'll wait for this one because I feel like he needs to do this. But the
Fly,
basics
Eagles, fly.
Oh my God, what is this?
It's a Jason Kelsey jersey. Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's fire. That's fire.
It is fire. Ugh. All right, I'm ready.
But I feel like this game wasn't as close as the final score might suggest it was.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
So do you do the I forget what the name's blanking on me right now, but you know what with the underdog fantasy you do it. It's not it's like a whole year thing. It's like a week to week thing. You do it like a draft for it. And
yes.
You only do it for 1 week. I did. I got DeAndre Swift.
Oh,
he did miracles on me.
He's done miracles on me.
Kirk Cousins, another game where his stats are... I cannot... It's going to be hilarious when you go 500 and Kirk Cousins has a stat
50
line.
touchdowns. Kirk Cousins was holding up the 4 on the sidelines after this game.
Is Justin Jefferson's entering that Julio Jones territory of... I'm going to
I'm
gonna have over 100 catches and put
no
up
touchdowns.
at least 1.5k yards in my sleep a season and average 6 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, holding up the 4s again. This is gonna be a constant theme.
Devonta Smith had a
Addison.
great game. Yeah, Jordan. I feel like he's been good the first 2 weeks.
Yes, he had a really nice catch week 1. Didn't do much outside of that, but he didn't need to.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure it was a deep touchdown.
So, Eagles good, really good.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm not a Giants fan anymore. I give up. Oh, look at Josh Jobe going off.
Yeah.
6 tackles.
Jalen Carter is an absolute monster.
He's all right.
He's alright.
He's okay. He's no Dexter Lawrence, but
okay.
No, you want to see a monster? Look at Ivan Pace, man. I don't know if he actually, because tackles of the linebackers sometimes don't even mean a thing, but just seeing an undrafted guy who I said should have gone in the 4th have 8 tackles, a sack, and a quarterback hit. That means something. I'll pull up his PFF. You keep going. I'm gonna pull this up.
Daniil Hunter had himself a game.
He is so good.
Oh, he is.
Ivan Pace.
But I like. There really isn't much to say about this game. Like,
he's so good. Ivan Pace. PFF is iffy, but in 2 games he has 16 tackles and a grade of 85. This is a UDFA. You know, it's almost like I was saying he should have been a 3rd, 4th round pick from the start. What? Wow. Anyways.
Yeah, but Hoots, not a great day in the air, solid day on the ground. It led to discourse about the Tuss Puss. A great name for that.
The what?
They call it the Tuss Puss, which is like an accurate description of what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like, is it fair or not? I'm like, listen, like, Bryce
There's
Young
no
can't
fairness
do
in
this.
football.
Yeah, it's like, Bryce Young cannot do this.
Man up.
Like,
Just jump the line like a real man.
Like, could you imagine
Kick him in
like
the
Matt Ryan trying to do this?
God. Matt
That would
Ryan
be
would. Oh my God.
But yeah, so that was like the 1 week 2 game we talked about. I think we should go to, in my opinion, a good way to start the season. In my opinion, with,
my favorite player, Jared Goff, having a day.
Having a day. I felt like they should have used Gibbs a bit more because he was really effective.
I will say David Montgomery does a lot that Gibbs can't in the form of, oh my God, I guess sunburn I might have, in the form of like pass blocking, and he does the things that don't come up on the stat sheet. You know, he plays the game the right way. But no, but in all seriousness, like David Montgomery has a lot of like utility that will give him more carries than Gibbs a lot, even if he's not a better pure runner.
Right. Kadarius Toney, big day, 1 carry. -2 yards.
I respect Kadarius Toney.
1 yard. And on 5 targets, including.
Look at Rashee Rice, another guy who I liked a lot.
Including like I remember watching the game thing. I mean, if you gave anybody that could catch the football like the targets he was getting, like they would win somebody a week in fantasy football.
It's almost like he's not very good, but he had that one good game against the Cowboys where he got fucking kicked out, and everyone's just, oh, he's so versatile on the field. Oh man, he's so shifty. Sorry.
He is very shifty. Like if there's one thing,
but you know what? When you're a fucking prick, it doesn't matter.
And when you can't catch the football, it does not matter what you can do after the catch.
Yeah. You can get away with being a prick in football if you are really good. Yeah. Kadarius Toney is not really good. He's fine.
Jalen Ramsey has gotten away with it for years because he's been like one of like the 10 to like 20 best players in football for his prime. Like, yeah, he can get away with that because he backs it up on the field. Sauce Gardner as a rookie. And even Sauce Gardner doesn't really trash talk that much. Like, I remember he's saying those things. Like, he respects like a lot of players. It's just a competitive nature thing. But like Ramsey was like calling every QB like trash.
Yeah. No, it's just like
but it's like, I don't know, like, I loved watching him call Kadarius Toney in college. Like, his college highlights are, like, truly special.
No, I liked him too, and then I learned that he was a massive asshole, and then now he talks too much, and all you hear are just, shifty, EPA, fuck out of here.
Hutchinson had a monster game.
Yeah, man, he's really good.
I know he didn't have any sacks, but, like,
you don't need to. It's
not the be. Sacks do matter. It's like if you have like 15 to 20 sacks in the season, like you're good. You're elite. But like it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, and that's something I've learned like as I've continued to watch football is that it isn't always the be all end all. Look at Vic Beasley.
Yeah. So like, I mean, he's had. I don't know how many he had in week 1, but through 2 games he has 7 pressures, which is really good. But like, Kayvon Thibodeau against the Cowboys didn't have a sack, didn't even have a pressure, but like he was still making a pretty good difference in the run game. Like you were still noticing him on the field despite him not doing anything in the pass rush.
Yeah, but to wrap up with this game, it says a lot more about the Lions than it did about the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs, they're getting Chris Jones back, they're getting Kelsey back. Like they'll be fine. Like
that video of Kelsey twerking fed families. Bro,
but-
are you caught up on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce lore?
It's
like
I am.
It's like my two worlds are combining.
Mm-hmm.
The Swiftie in me and the football loser are they're finally colliding, and it feels good. It feels nice.
I think the Lions are good. Like I think they're gonna be good, especially when they get Jameson Williams back.
Mhm.
Like,
oh yeah, because he got in trouble for gambling. That bro's just like me for real.
But they gave the first touch of this season was a Clyde Edwards-Helaire run, and they tackled two guys tackled him. And
I'm
they
so tired of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man.
And they lifted him up in the air.
I'm so tired of him. Just go be a family man, dude. It's over.
But yeah, we let's move on to
Yeah, just go in order up top.
Yeah. So
My
Ravens
game.
won. Lamar wasn't great, but
Yeah,
didn't need to be obviously to win this game. Stroud, I and this is going to be, I think it's true for all the rookie QBs that started in week 1. They just looked like what you would expect from a rookie making his debut. Like,
No,
they're
the only
not
one
all
I'll
gonna
say
be was like Cam. They're not all going to be like Cam Newton, where Cam Newton was like 400 yards in his first game.
they're not all going to be like Daniel Jones and make an insane 4-touchdown comeback in your first game ever. They all can't be like Daniel
We'll
Jones.
talk about him later, but I think the one that impressed me the most was Richardson, just based off like
I watched
his
that whole game
experience.
and he was pretty ridiculous. Aside for a couple
but,
mistakes, but
that's to be expected. Will Anderson was a monster in this game. You can fact check this, but I remember seeing something. He had like 6 pressures in week 1.
Denzel Perriman's still in the league.
Yeah.
My God, he's not washed. He was fine a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'll look it up right now. Will Anderson. I'm so glad I waste my money on PFF.
I've had to waste my money on.
He had a sack and oh my God, I almost threw my Pepsi off. He had a sack and 5 pressures alongside 5 tackles. That's pretty gosh darn good. He ran a 4.6. My God.
Yeah, and he was. I'm pretty sure he was like somewhat hurt when he ran it. So.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
they
probably a
drafted
little bit
Henry
faster.
To'o. I think that's how you say it. I have his autograph.
His college teammate.
God, Roquan Smith. Oh my goodness. Dude is just flying around the field.
Ajabo looked like he had
Goodness.
Ajabo got a sack.
Oh, nice.
I wish they showed pressure here. I like it, even though he's a Michigan
No,
player.
I
like
really
Ajabo.
hate that it's gate kept with PFF. See, the funny thing about PFF, so I mean, I didn't watch this game. Roquan Smith had 16 tackles, a sack. I wonder if they gave him a bad grade like they always do. Nope, they actually gave him a good grade. Like last year, like he was very, very good. Like he literally turned the Ravens defense around after they traded for him. He had a grade of 70. Like, come on, man. That dude is a top 3 linebacker in the league, probably.
Look at
If
Zay
not 3,
Flowers had a
definitely
good game.
Oh, I was looking at rushing. I was gonna say, no, but no, that's a good game. I didn't see they had 9.
They didn't do as much like design run with Lamar.
No, we probably shouldn't anymore. In all
Yeah.
honesty, you could still
And
use
he's
it
a good.
as a weapon.
I know he
but
had a bad game, but like he's coming back from injury. Like it's fine.
yeah, I'm not worried.
And
Dog, they
he's
played the
he's
Texans.
always. I think even like. This is dating back to college. I think he's always been an underrated thrower of the football.
that, and like your whole team was hurt. Creed
Yeah.
Humphrey, goodness, Tyler Linderbaum, Ronnie Stanley, Mark Andrews, everyone got hurt.
J.K.
in this game.
Dobbins got.
I
he's
feel so
yeah.
bad, man.
He's so good when he's healthy too.
I feel so bad.
But yeah, no,
R.I.P. my
Stroud.
dog.
Stroud was fine. Like with what he has, like
Yeah.
you're not gonna expect the most.
I mean,
Like,
who's
I don't
he
think he's
throwing
gonna
the
have
ball
a
to, man?
great like.
Oh, wow. Robert Woods is still in the league.
Did he throw the ball to himself?
That's really funny.
But yeah,
Well,
you
go
know,
up to pass attempts, because I wonder if he actually did.
he did.
Oh, my God. It probably got batted down and caught it. That's hilarious.
But you know, We're gonna skip we're gonna skip this game. We're not gonna talk about wins about the team that's.
Oh,
quarterbacked by a
that
certain
game was
player.
terrible. Anyways,
Yeah.
forget the nasty man. That was just not a
Yeah.
good game.
Game. All right, we're gonna skip that one. We're gonna go
Mm.
to Big Baker.
Yeah, my boy. That's my teammate. That's my quarterback.
People were talking about like, oh, like is the streak gonna end for Mike Evans 1 KO? It's like only if he gets hurt. He did this with like Mike Lennon. Like,
Yeah, dog. He's gonna get 1,000 yards. Scroll up real quick. I just want to say, I don't enjoy that Rashad White had a bad game, but the constant gawking I heard about this dude from fantasy football nerds makes me like joyous that he really had a terrible game. Because it's like, dog, no one has heard of this guy, and you're gonna be like, oh, draft him so I can get this guy, and then you'll get the sleeper pick. Like, shut up, dog. Go touch grass. Feel the touch of a woman.
Justin
Look at
Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson, man.
again.
Good God. They made
He's
TJ
so
Hawkinson
good, dude.
the
And,
highest
like-
paid tight end ever to get 8 for
Like,
35.
you know, I like understood, at the time why guys like, the guy that's currently in prison,
oh, yeah, that dude.
Judy
Vroom, vroom.
and Lamb. They were ridiculous. They were ridiculous prospects
Yes.
in their own right.
Indubitably.
I will never understand why Vega went ahead of him.
I laughed
I
so
don't even
hard
know
when they
why-
made that pick. I laughed so
I'll never
hard.
understand why, like, he was on the Burt 22 because, like, I guess because, like, it was a stacked receiver class, and, like, Judy was, like, ridiculous at Alabama. Like,
Yeah.
And so, C.D. Lamb at Oklahoma, I thought going in was, like, the best receiver in that class.
Mm.
Because, like, he had hands, he could do jump ball stuff, like, crazy route running, and, like, his run after catch stuff was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, like, clearly Jefferson's been, like, the best of the bunch.
Not even close, yeah.
Like, not even close.
Oh, man, nice
probably
to
the
see
second.
that Tyson Chandler found a career in football.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Hawkinson, okay. Addison, good game for what it's worth. Danielle Hunter's off
Kirk.
to a great start to the season.
Who the hell is Cameron Bynum? Look at Ivan Pace, man. Oh, I'm going to, like, glaze myself so much if I end up being right about him.
Mhm.
I'm going to be so unbearable because I literally was calling it that if he was 2 inches taller, he'd be the undeniable linebacker one of the class. And I haven't looked at the other guys that much, but, like, he has been pretty good. Well, he's been really good through 2 weeks. But, he's only 5'9", even though he's good at literally everything on the field. He's just 2 inches shorter than he should be. Meh.
Could you imagine if they did
Fuck
that with,
Mel
like,
Kiper.
Barry Sanders and then let him, like, fall to, like, the fifth match? Like, he's too short. Like, he's,
I hate when people look at
yeah.
the conversation around height with linebackers and these other positions always makes me mad. The only time where I'm like, height should be a really big benefactor of, like, whether or not to draft someone is a lineman, and that's only
Yeah,
because
that's
of
it.
your reach.
It's
The
like
height
thing is
will
that it
affect
was,
your
like,
reach.
We'll talk about him soon, but, like, Bryce Young, it's like, oh, we saw it. I'm like, yeah, but he's, like, good at everything else.
Yeah,
Like,
like, there have
literally.
been so many good short quarterbacks that, like, who cares?
And it's
The
like,
track record is good.
And he has like the one thing that like most of the QBs minus Drew Brees don't
he
have,
got that dang on him.
and it's the ability to throw over the middle. Like he sees the middle of the field well. Like
Yeah.
but we'll talk about him soon. But want to get this one out of the way.
What? Oh my God! You're gonna make me want to talk about this game. Ryan Tannehill, what happened?
We will be seeing Malik Willis, and
Yeah, I hope. Oh my
and
God!
Will
Jamal
Levis at
Williams.
some point in this.
This is what happens when you try to make Jamal Williams your running back one when he very clearly never has and never should be. He is the best
too.
goal line running back in the NFL, but my God, he cannot do anything else with the utmost amount of respect. Chris Olave.
Olave, good game. Michael
Slam
Thomas was
boy.
solid.
Slam boy. Look at him.
And then anything
Demario
stand out
Davis?
defensively in this game?
No, not really.
Not really.
Carl
I will say-
Granderson.
DeAndre Hopkins 2 tackles is pretty funny.
Oh my God. Dude's a
What
hawk
did he
on
do
the
in this
field.
game?
He had a good game.
He had a good game for what he had to deal with. I love Kristen Fulton. I think
Yes,
he's
me
really
too.
good. I love Harold Landry. I like a lot
The
of the
Titans
players
have
these
always had
times.
really fun
Yeah.
defenses over the years.
I
especially
forgot
like
they had Sean Murphy
2018-ish.
Bunting.
Oh yeah, they
forgot
must have
they-
signed him this offseason, traded for him.
I like Byard as well. Like
Yeah, when they had him and what was the other safety they had? They had Byard and never mind. I don't know. I'm tripping.
I heard Odin Key had Trevor Penning in hell.
Oh, do I want to go on my? Can I go on my Trevor Penning rant and how I was calling it from the start that he's not a good NFL player and that he never should have gone in the first round? Because
Go ahead.
what I'm gonna go back to my whole Gawk situation. People looked at his 99 just for no reason at all. 99 because here's the thing: PFF is pretty cool. They have their grades are nice. There is no reason on earth for him to have had like a 99 run blocking grade. I watched the film. He's slow off his step. His hands are everywhere. His footwork is garbage. And I'm like,
He's
the only
always
upside with him is that
grabbing.
he's massive, and that he
He's al-
plays with heart. That's it. He's not a talented player.
He's
like,
always holding.
yeah. And then,
Always
like, you see the
holding.
clips of him getting in fights in training camp, the play where he, like, threw a defensive lineman into the quarterback he's protecting.
Yeah,
and I'm
it
like,
was like-
this dude's not a first-round pick.
I remember, like, I think it was Senior Bowl. It was either Senior Bowl or Shrine Bowl, and they were doing the drill. And it's like, look at the heart, look at this. I'm like, he threw
The
the
defensive lineman into his
defender
quarterback.
into Desmond Reddy.
Yeah, like what are you talking
What
about?
are you talking
It's
about?
just he's one of those guys where there was never a second. I watched a lot of his film to like try and find something, and not once was like yeah, this is going to be a good NFL player. Maybe
It's
I'll
funny.
be wrong, but I don't know.
It's like, this is somewhat reminds me of, like, my thoughts on Wiseman, although I was probably, like, a lot higher on Wiseman than you were in Penning. Because I
Yeah.
still thought, like, Wiseman, he runs the forward, like, he's like a freakish, like, straight line movie for a 7-footer. Like, he has the frame. Like, the baseline is there for him to be, like, a serviceable center in the league. Like, and I say, like, I would take him, like, late lottery, mid-first round.
Yeah, no,
I never saw, like, this top 2 pick. Because, like, my belief is you have to be special to be a top 5 pick as a big man now. Like, it's what, and because, like, we had Okongwu. Okongwu was, like, a Swiss Army knife versatile defender. Like,
yeah.
and
No,
it's like,
depending
you
on-
have to be, but, like, with, obviously, it's different because you're talking about tackle. Like, and tackles do go high,
Yeah.
as they should. Like,
Yeah, very important position.
but
But yeah, no, I was watching it and I'm like, he has the potential based off of his size and his determination to get better, but it's not worth taking, if not top 15, top 20, because you're literally taking a big project because he's not ready for the NFL. And he didn't play much his rookie year, but even when he played his rookie year, he was garbage. And he's been garbage so far this year.
And I would like to remind people that the Saints trading for him. I think they traded up for a lot of it,
Yeah,
which
they
makes
did.
sense. But like, essentially, like, I'm pretty sure they moved up again, didn't they?
I think they did. He gave up 2 sacks and 6 pressures.
Yeah, but this is like Penning is the difference between them having Jalen Carter on the team or not. Like that, it is what it is. Like it is what it is.
I thought, what's his face? I can't remember the guy's name, but I don't think I even had Trevor Penning as a top 5 tackle in the draft. I obviously had the big 3 of Ikwonu, Neal, Cross. I think I had, what the hell was the guy's name? I don't know, man. I have to go back and find my old draft notebooks. I don't have them on me.
Yeah. There's no point in
the
talking
next.
about anything else, though. Again, Bryce Young, like, it is what it is. He's a rookie QB. It's week 1.
Yep.
It is what it is. Bijan,
God, I hate Arthur
I will
Smith
say-
so much.
I will say this about Beat. His touchdown catch was
That was
ridiculous.
cold, yeah.
That was.
I
he,
also
like,
wanna
caught it
say-
and then juked.
I want to say, I was telling a lot of people before this week and just into the season period, I think Arthur Smith is so much of a dumbass that he is going to give Algier more carries than Bijan Robinson. And I was fucking right.
I mean,
was
like, yeah,
fucking
like,
right.
I would like Bijan to get more carries, but Algier had a good game. Like he did.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Algier's a
yeah.
great player. I'm glad he's still getting carries, but like, it's Bijan Robinson. You just drafted this dude 8th overall, and you're
Like-
giving Algier more carries.
Like it's funny. I think maybe like he sees like this like Ingram Kamara type thing, which could be the case, but I think Bijan's gonna be better than Kamara.
Yeah.
Like, but Bryce, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't think it's an indictment on him as a player. Like,
No.
It's common to see guys like we see guys like take years. Like Alex Smith had like one of the worst rookie seasons of all time, and he ended up just fine.
Yeah.
I obviously I think Bryce will be better than Alex Smith.
Mhm.
But like if he's Alex Smith, like it's not the end of the world. Like Alex Smith was a good player. Like
Yeah, a lot of playoff appearances and such.
inches.
Look at Hayden Hurst, man.
Brian Burns is a monster. We knew this.
Look at Derek Brown. I'm so glad that he like went from being average to great, because these first couple of years was like he was drafted because he had a really high floor but like a questionable ceiling, and like he's proving people wrong about that. Look at Lorenzo
I feel
Carter,
like
former
I feel
Giant.
like defensive tackles like I think Aaron Donald might have warped people's idea of defensive tackle development because he was like great.
Yeah, it
immediately.
takes a lot of time.
But like it took Quinnen, like him and like Donald and Sue, like remember Donald and Sue were like great, like off rep.
Yep.
But like it took Joe McCoy a few years to get it. It took Quinnen Williams
Dexter Lawrence,
a few years to
Quinnen
go,
Williams,
Dexter
a couple of years.
Lawrence,
Yep.
Derek
It just it
Brown.
takes some time, because a lot of the times with the defensive tackles, like they're not used to such force and power from like because
Yeah.
you're used to dominating garbage schools in college. So it's going to take you a couple years to adapt. Then you're also learning new moves through your bag, and then you like year 2 or year 3, year 4 sometimes that's when it finally all kicks in. You're like, yeah, I'm that guy, pal.
And I think this is true. Like not for defensive tackle, but I think for other positions, I do think being like just small for the position sometimes gives you an advantage because you always are the small guy.
Yes, that's when I was saying like height only really matters to linemen, there are a lot of instances where being a smaller defensive lineman helps, and being a smaller center too. But like guards and tackles, they have to be big. They have to have the reach.
Yeah, like Will Anderson's like he's not small, but like he's like 6'4", like 250. Like that's not big
Yeah.
either. Like that's like average size, but because he's always had to play at that size, he's learned and developed that like to play against guys that may be bigger. And also he played in the SEC,
Yeah.
where he is probably playing against like potential like pro level tackles. So like, and I think about it with Bryce, it's like because he's been small his whole life. Even in high school, he was small.
Yeah.
He's always had to play this way, and you know what? He's found success in high school. He's one of the most successful Southern California high school QBs ever, and like that's no small feat. He's statistically the most successful Alabama QB ever. That's no small feat. And I'm like, listen, like he dominated high school, he dominated college. There's no reason for me to believe he can't be a great NFL QB.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I love Bryce.
I love Bryce, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about Ritter. I really.
I think he is going to have himself a very, very long career as a backup. I do not think he should ever be any team's long-term
somebody showed the all-22 of Kyle Pitts just dicing dudes off the line, like absolutely shredding them and getting like wide open, and him not getting him the ball. And I was thinking like, dude, if Bryce Young had Kyle Pitts.
I just feel like it's also a lot with Ritter is the system. They're not going to let a guy like Ritter take shots. They're not going to let him throw deep. They're going to give him conservative. Like, what do you go? 15? I don't want my glasses on. What do you go? 15
of 18.
15. Yeah, they're and for 115 yards. So they're literally just going to let him sling it on like 4 or 5 yard out routes and let the guys work with the ball in their hands after the catch. Like, they're not going to let him take shots, which is unfortunate because they have the weapons to where he can be taking shots. But Arthur Smith, as I said before, is a dumbass.
Big Chuba Hubbard game for 9 carries. That's pretty good.
He's another one where I can't stand when fantasy nerds talk about him. He's a fine running back who will get a pop every now and then.
But
Jonathan Mingo.
let's move on. What did Mingo do? Because I like him.
He played.
He played. I think the best rookie QB from week 1 was easily Anthony Richardson.
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
I was absolutely impressed by what I saw. The stats were great. Yeah, he had his mistakes. He did.
Yeah.
Like it was to be
But so
expected.
did both Stroud and Young.
Yeah, but it's also he had 13 starts in college. 13.
Yeah.
And like also like I'm pretty sure like I heard something he had missed time in high school as well because of injury.
my-
So like
Dog, look at Deion Jackson. That dude is ass. 13 for 14? Go home. Be a family man.
but I one thing I heard was like after the game like Trevor Lawrence like went up to Anthony Richardson and he was like, "Hey man, like protect yourself, like slide, like do things like that."
Yeah.
He says like you were the monster. He didn't say it, but like he basically said like, you know, you were the monster in the SEC. Like Georgia had a hard time tackling him. Like he says now you're in a league. Basically, say now you're in a league full of monsters. So like, but you know, for a guy that had only 13 college starts, he looks way more advanced than you would expect him to be.
Yep.
I think his poise in the pocket's better. You know, he got a little antsy sometimes, but like I thought his poise was pretty good. You know, great athlete, obviously, like freakish athlete. And you know, like I think Downs will have better games, but you know, Pittman's good.
I love Michael Pittman.
I really hope they're like bad. I really hope they're bad because
So they can draft Caleb Williams and run a 2-quarterback system.
no, I want to get the first pick. Oh, if they get the first pick, like they trade it because I think they're going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be bad because of Richardson. I think Richardson's going to have like a pretty good rookie year. Like they're going to be like okay, like so like the number 1 pick in 2024 is going to get you a lot.
Yeah.
Because like Caleb Williams, like dude, based off the way he started, like he looks like he might win the second Heisman.
Man, you never know. Anything possible.
Anything's possible. But
Oh my God, Zaire Franklin.
but
Good gravy.
you know, again, but DeForest Buckner really good at football.
Dude,
Quiddy Pay
Josh
had a pretty good
Allen.
game.
Not the
Josh Allen.
cracker, the good one.
Yeah, the good one. We'll talk about the other one later. Yeah, they finally let Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen rush the passer. And it turns out, like, when you let your edge rushers rush the passer, good things happen.
Trayvon looked really good. Made a lot of good plays in the run too.
Oh, like, that was, like, the one thing I know. Cause, like, I'm not an expert, but from people I know, I think know what they're talking about. They're like the pass rushing stuff, if you develop him, he'll be a monster. He will be a monster in the run game, like, right away.
Yeah, that was that was my thing. I thought he was going to be a fine all-around player. I'm just always very skeptical of guys who are like good in college but have like a ridiculous combine that everyone hops on the hype train. But like,
Yeah.
I was always like, he's gonna be good. The question is, how long is it going to take for him to become that tier of pass rusher to where it's worth taking him number 1 overall?
But, like, again, like, I think the way to look at it is not like what Clowney was as a prospect. Because Clowney was, like, ridiculous as a prospect, obviously. But, like, I feel like you look at him and say, okay, if he could be, like, 80%, 70 to 80%, we'll say, of what, like, Clowney was in the NFL, which was an elite run defender that you can line up in multiple spots, and, you know, he can get you at least, like, 6 to 8 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a good floor
Yeah.
for a player, and I feel like that was the floor with Walker. Like, I never viewed him as, like, a low floor prospect. Like, no, he's a freak athlete that legit is good at defending the run. Like,
Yeah.
like there's a spot for guys like that in the league. But, like, I do also see, like, the super high ceiling with him because he is that freak athlete. And also, he played in a weird Georgia system. Like,
Yeah.
but, you know,
Nothing
really. I didn't know Shaquille Leonard was playing. I thought he was out.
I thought you were about to say Shaquem Griffin.
No. I know Shaquem retired.
What? Oh, yeah, I mean, never mind. I'm not going to bite the low-hanging fruit there. Yeah, Shaquille Leonard's pretty good.
Yeah. Remember when they called him like the worst draft pick ever, and then he had like one of the
Yeah.
greatest like rookie seasons by a
I
linebacker?
thought he was going to be so good, dude. And yeah, he was. He was.
What's next? You know, I heard a lot about the Pittsburgh Steelers going into this season.
Oh
I
my
did.
god, I hate this team. They're so bad. Another running back. Who all the fantasy nerds are gawking over. Jalen Warren didn't do a fucking thing.
Man, they saw Najee Harris finally be able to like hit the holes in the run game, and like you're only getting 6 carries, buddy.
Christ, they let him throw it 46 times? And he only had 232 yards? He is trash.
Brock Purdy's gonna be this fine. Like if he's doing this
Yeah.
off like the torn UCL, he'll be fine.
Oh, dude.
And
Hold on. League-shattering move into the NBA. Free agent, 7-footer. Oh, God, how do I pronounce his name?
Neemias Queta.
Yeah, that guy has finalizing a 2-way NBA contract with the Boston Celtics.
That's
Oh boy, Terrell
That is
Owens and
what-
Stephen A. Smith are beefing on Twitter.
again. Oh, I saw that. That's funny, but Brandon Ayuk, like
Oh, dude, I wanted the
He's
Giants to
good.
trade for him so bad.
he's so good. And like people was like, I remember like listening to something. I think it was the Trill Witherspoon. They were talking about it. It's just like, yeah, they just kind of told him like, you know, like we'll give you the ball if you also like commit to run blocking and like pass pro things like that. And he's just like,
Yep.
I will do those things. And you know what happened?
I remember that was a big issue. Dante Pettis had a really good rookie year. And then after that, they were like, dog, you need to start blocking. And he was not blocking, and they literally got rid of him for nothing. Look at Quan Alexander. He like randomly signed with the Steelers like not long before the season started.
Former,
Goodness, did TJ Watt have 3 sacks?
yeah, he's really good, isn't he?
Holy shit balls.
You know, it's funny.
Drake Jackson.
I never thought I would say this, and I thought T.J. Watt was going to be good when
Yeah,
he
me
entered the league. I was so pissed off when the Dolphins didn't take him. Like I was so mad. We took Charles Harris, who, funny enough, like since leaving the Dolphins, he's been solid.
Yeah.
But like I want, and speaking of another for me,
Oh, look at DeMarvin Leal. And oh my God, they have like all my boys.
wow,
Marcus
Cleveland
Golden,
Farrell
DeMarvin Leal.
did stuff today.
Where is he? I don't have my glasses on. I can't see.
Right there. 2 QB hits, a TFL.
Yeah, man, my dad's like really high on Cleveland Farrell.
I liked Cleveland Farrell. I did not.
I didn't like him.
I didn't understand him.
I didn't like him at all.
Like I would have tuck him like mid to late first round. Like basically,
Yeah.
Brian Burns went where I thought Cleveland Farrell should have gone, and Cleveland Farrell went where I thought Brian Burns should have gone. So I thought Brian Burns should have gone top 5.
Yeah, man, it's almost like taking Cleveland Farrell that high is like taking Alex Leatherwood that high. I wonder what team did that. Oh, it was both
Well,
the Raiders.
I will say Cleveland Farrell was actually like good in college.
Dude, the
Dude,
Raiders.
that defense.
We need to dedicate an
Raiders.
entire episode to the Raiders draft over the last like 6 years because they are like
Dude, we can go
they
further
have to
than
be the
that.
worst. They have to be the
We can go
worst
further.
drafting team in the last like 10 years. Like they are actually so awful. Aside from like Amari, Khalil,
Jacobs.
Derek Carr, Jacobs, Max Crosby. Like that's it.
That's it. You know, Vroom Vroom was on a good pace until that thing happened. But
I'm not gonna do that. Moving on.
Moving on. Javon, dude, Niners fans hate Javon Kinlaw, like, cause he's
Why?
really too much. He doesn't do much. Like, and also like they gave up DeForest Buckner for him.